Hey guys, it is Christina here. I hope you are having an amazing day. I won't tilt that with the wrong hand. Okay, whew. All right, I'm here. Welcome to my page. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christina. I am a naturopath, herbalist, GAPS practitioner, life coach, and coach and mentor for people who are also in that healing arts and the healing fields. And so I generally work with a lot of naturopaths, people who are doing any type of healing. So energy healing, as well as nutritionists and, herbalists and all of those types of things. I'm working with a lot of them to help mentor them to create really great practices and really great clinics and be able to help as many people as they possibly can. Hey Robin, lovely to see you here. So my goal, like I have many of them, of course, one of my big goals is actually to help as many people as possible on their healing journey. Now, I recognize I have some limitations. I'm only one person. There are only so many hours in my day that I can actually work with clients. And so one of the things that I love to do is actually to teach what I do to other people and to other practitioners. And so that's what that's what some of my courses are about in this space. It's about helping you teach and guide and lead other people into being able to do the same as well. And so Coaching Academy is that course for me at the moment. It's where I'm really focusing in on helping guide other people who either want to become a coach or want to add coaching into something that they're already doing with their clients to help them actually learn the skills of doing that. Now, for me, one of the things that I do when I'm coaching is that I actually step into this space, which is what I would say the best way to describe it is intuitive coaching, where I'm really plugging into intuition. For me, that intuition is God, and I'm communicating with a higher power there and actually allowing what comes through to me to move and help me guide the patient or the client through the healing that they need to be led in. Now, some of that is really logical. And some of it is totally not logical. Some of it is me reading the pattern. So for example, if they've got a health issue, then I might be reading that pattern and being able to talk into what I know from previous clients and what I know from really tapping into how the body works and the energy of the body and the flow of the body. So for example, I've mentioned this before, that if somebody has a thyroid condition, the energy is coming up from their gut to come out of their mouth, and often it's getting squeezed or cut off here. And that's, of course, the thyroid just sits right there, and it's like the biting of the tongue when they can't say the things that they need to say. So if I've got somebody who's got a thyroid condition, then that's one of the things that I actually will ask them about. Now that's from that logical side. It's where I'm really starting to get a little bit logical, know how the body is working and how the energy of the body is working. But from then, I have to move into intuitive space. I have to move into really listening to the person and being able to start to hear what they've got to say, but also what they're not saying, and then start to receive words for them and inspiration for them and divine guidance for that actual client. Now, what I want to say is that Coaching Academy has been designed for everyone, so that those people who are wanting to logic it and understand it from a logical point of view, that information is in there. And I haven't done a lot of guidance in there about the intuitive, but I was driving along the other day, and as I was driving along, dropping into my spirit was that I actually need to start teaching people how to commune with source, whatever you want to call that. For me, it's God. I have to teach them how to do that so that they can bring that along into their healing part. And so I kind of wanted to come and share here because I'm like, ooh, this is juicy, but it is also a little bit, it's going to be a little bit different than what I had originally planned in my brain or in my head about how this next round of Coaching Academy was going to go. So the first round of Coaching Academy is in there. People could start it today and they could start working through the videos and the content that's already in there. Absolutely. But this round, I wanted to add in a few things that I haven't put in the first round. And so we'll be going through a lot of that old material as well. So it'll be a great refresher for those people who have previously already done it. But I wanted to bring in some new things. And some of the new things that I'm going to be bringing in this year are actually talking about things like mother wound and working through that, as well as father wound and working through that. Talking about how to lead your client through working with their inner child, the little person that's still living inside, that's still carrying all the hurt and the shame and the wounds from the meanings that were created as they were little, and giving some really practical exercises to work through and guide your clients through to help them move through, which means that you're also moving through too, because you don't get out of it just by logicking it and understanding it. You kind of have to participate in order to get the real learning that you can then impart and use with your clients. So it's always a double fold. You always heal yourself as you learn to heal others. So we're going to be doing some of that work as well, like that inner child work, dealing with the shadow side of self, bringing in some actual activities. But then I also want to do, which I hadn't thought of doing, is actually some exercises to help you commune with your source. And for me, communing with God and connecting with that and Him, divine, I'll let you call it whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to teach my process of doing that and how I do it and some of the ways that I might do that. And, you know, for me, I've never felt like I have been on this journey of working with clients alone. I've always felt like I've always been doing it in partnership. And that's a big part of like why I do the work that I do, but also how I do the work that I do is doing it in partnership and having this trust that I'll be guided to know the things that I need to know and the directions that I need to take my clients in order to help them get the great results that they're actually after. And trusting that has been actually a beautiful part of the experience because it's always different. There's always something new. There's always something surprising that's happening. And, you know, for example, here's one way that this works out in my life. So I could be listening to something random on the radio. I could be, you know, an email might pop in, and normally I might not open the email, but I'm just feeling led that I'll open the email. Oh, it's interesting. I'll open it. Or may not even know why I have opened that email. But in that email, there is a piece of information that maybe talks about a particular condition, or maybe talks about a particular like nutrient, maybe talks about something in particular, but I didn't necessarily go hunting for it. It just was in my email box. I decided to open it when I normally wouldn't, and I find myself reading the thing. And as I'm finding myself reading the thing, I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. That's cool. I can see some things going off in my brain about how this relates to this and make some little connections, but it's all lovely, lovely. And then about a week or 2 weeks later, what will inevitably happen is that I'll get a client that needs that exact thing, that thing that I just read, the thing that I was just looking at. They need that exact thing. And that stuff happens to me all of the time. And it happens to me all of the time because I trust that I'm going to have everything that I absolutely need in order to help that client move from where they currently are to where they need to be. And, you know, trusting also that I don't have to be the whole journey for that client. That client may need some other people to come in and work with them at some other points, but I may be for this point, or I could be the whole journey for that client to get from where they are and where they need to go. And it's this co-creation that I feel like is a part of my relationship with God, but also with my client, because I'm acting as a vessel to provide them with the message that is coming through. And one of the most beautiful things that I get to do with my clients is actually remind them about how lovable they are and how worthy they are and how much the source of this world actually is so besotted actually with them. And that's some of the amazing stuff that I get to do with my clients, as well as, you know, taking them on this journey. And I get to explore it as well. It's like this one great big adventure that we all get to go on, because we never know where it's going to lead, and we just kind of end up there. And it's always beautiful and it's always magnificent. And sometimes there's plenty of tears as well, for me too, as well as the clients. So I thought that, you know, I've been thinking I really want to add this type of stuff actually into Coaching Academy as well. A little bit of what some people might call woo. I want to add that into so I can teach people and guide people through some of the things that I do to help me really trust and lean in and know that I'm going to have exactly what I need to have for that client, but also some of the other tools that I might actually implement, like often, for example, I might be walking around the house and I've just got a random song in my head. I'm like, I have no idea what the song is about. I'm really crap when it comes to music. Like, I don't know the artist, I don't know the name of the song, I just get the couple of lyrics. And so I might write those down, and then suddenly I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, oh, this song is for you. Okay, here's the song that's for you. I don't know the rest of the words. Maybe go Google them. But these are the words in the song that's for you. And it's been going around in my head and I didn't realize it, but it was actually for you. So here you go, have the song. Now I can stop having that song rolling around in my head. So there's a whole bunch of other things that happen generally for me. Like I might get pictures where people are, I see an image or something and I'm like, okay, here's what it looks like. And here's the feeling behind it. And there's the message. So for example, one of those messages I got from my husband, and we were walking, and I've shared this a little bit before. We were walking back from dropping our car off at the mechanic, and he was just in a little bit of like a glum mode. He was a bit gloomy. And what I was saying to him was, and the image and the vision that came through was like the valleys and the mountains. And, when we're in the valley, all we see is the darkness, and all we see is the shadow, and all we see is like, the mountain that is in front of us that is consistently going up, and the challenge and the hard work. We don't see the glory of being on the mountaintop. When we're at the top of the mountain, we see the horizon, we see everything out in front of us, we see all the beauty, all of the magnificence, the wonder, the vast expanse, and we see all those things when we're at the top of the mountain, or we're walking on the mountaintops. And that was the word, like that was the images that were coming through for me. Like I just saw the valley and I'm seeing all the darkness, and then I'm seeing the mountain and seeing this beautiful view. I'm going, oh, this is for you. The message is stop walking in the valleys. Stop walking in the valleys. Start walking on the mountaintops. When you walk on the mountaintops, you walk with the vision in your mind about where you're going and the beauty and the wonder and the glory of it all. When you're walking in the valleys, all you see is the work. All you see is the darkness and the shadow and the hard stuff. You don't see the sunrise there. You see the sunrise on the mountaintop. You see the beauty, the vastness, the opportunity, the expansion on the mountaintop. So you get to choose to walk in the valley or on the mountaintop. How about choosing to walk on the mountaintop? And that was the word that I got for him. And then as I was sharing it with him, he was like, okay, cool, Christina, you're a little bit nutty. I'm like, fine. If you're not going to accept this, I'm going to pass this on, because I know that this is actually not just for you. This is a global message. And the global message is to walk on the mountaintops and see the availability of stuff, see the things in front of us as opposed to the work that's there, the shadows, the darkness. Because the shadows and the darkness will always be there. No matter how bright and sunny it is, there will always be some shadows, there will always be some darkness. But we still get to choose to walk on the mountaintop versus living and keeping ourselves in that darkness. And so this is another element that I want to bring into Coaching Academy this year. We're starting in 4 days. Oh my God. I can't wait. I'm super excited. I love teaching this course, and I love seeing the actual growth of the coaches as they start to move through the course and they start to see the power that they have, the skills that they have. They start to lead people through transformations. You can see within themselves them starting to grow as well with their own self-acknowledgement of their worthiness and their lovability and all of that type of stuff. So it's beautiful for me to watch, but also this is something I'm going to bring into Coaching Academy. So I'm super excited. If you are wanting to join me for Coaching Academy, you are very, very welcome to come along. The link is in the header of this page. So if you clicked on my name, it would take you to the page, and the link is in the bio thing that says Coaching Academy. So if you clicked on the image at the top, you'll find it there. But also please feel free to message me. It's essentially just ChristinaMathewson.com/Coaching Academy, and you'll get the link for it there as well. you're welcome to join us. We're starting in 4 days. It's going to be amazing. You will meet some of your soul sisters in that space, and you'll develop some incredible skills, as well as being able to heal some of your own wounds too, because that's what it's all about. We heal others as we heal ourselves, and we heal ourselves as we heal others. Both happen at the same time. All right, that's it for me today. I hope you have the most incredible day ever. P.S. What do you think of my paintings? They're totally paint by numbers, so don't think that I'm super clever yet. I will eventually learn to paint like this. That one, though, is not my favorite. Like, it looks cool when it's done, but it's not so fun doing it because, like, all the colors are, like, poopy or boring. That one was super fun doing because all the colors are really exciting. So let me know, what do you think of my paintings? I totally want to get to the point where I can paint these all on my own without having to have like a paint by numbers, but it's fun. I'm doing the Eiffel Tower at the moment. So there we go. That's it for me today. I hope you have the most amazing day. Please come and join me over in Coaching Academy if you want to. It's an amazing skill to have for your clients, but even just for your interpersonal work of dealing with the people in your life and helping you have great relationships with them. All right, that's it for me today. Again, have an amazing day. Catch you soon.